Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your main man Wingdrops, and I'm here with a top 30 anime list here. As a random idea I got for a video. You might have seen the last version of this video. That was the initial version. This will be the definitive version. So, a few things I want to go through first. I guess some criteria. Number one, not going to be including any movies in this list in terms of standalone movies. So I won't be including like Promare or like Ride Your Wave or like Penguin Highway, like banger movies, but not going to include them in this list. Number two, I'm going to be rating these mostly in terms of like the series holistically. So what I mean by that is when I say like this is my favorite show, I'm including the entirety of the season. So if there are like any movies that are like part of it, like sequel movies, for example, like Demon Slayer had a sequel movie, Psycho-Pass had a sequel movie, etc. I'm going to be including those movies in the rating. But yeah, so I'm not going to be rating just like, oh, Boku no Hero no Academia, like My Hero Academia Part 3 or something. You know, when I say My Hero Academia is my favorite, I'm going to say, I'd be including the entirety of the series. All of the seasons that I've watched at least. Alright, so let's get into it. So number one, you guys probably already know, it is Ping Pong the Animation. I'm going to be using my MAL here, ranked by score. These scores are like whatever. Like I ranked them when I initially finished the show, and I haven't changed them. So, but we're just going to go off of these, okay? My opinion may have changed. We'll try to go through it in this video. But Ping Pong, I mean, not much to say about the show. Actually, no, a lot to say about the show, but I don't want to talk about it too long. But simply a masterpiece, in my opinion. One of my favorite things about it, it's only 11 episodes long. So it's all contained in a short package, and it's super satisfying, and you can binge it really easily. The best thing about this show, the characters. The characters are very well thought out, well designed. They all have their own stories and backstories and reasons for playing ping pong. For example, you got Peko, Smile, Kazuma, Dragon, Sakuma, Kong Wenj, my favorite character, one of my favorite characters in all of anime. Very inspiring stories behind all of them. They all have their own reasons for playing ping pong, like I said. And of course, there's some good old sports action, but it's not like your typical sports show, which is like, all about the tournaments, the interactions between the characters. There's usually some stupid like comedy bits and stuff, but ping pong, it's more about that, because there's some characters in here that like there are like so many different characters here. Like you got this guy Agami the Wanderer. He quits in like episode. Okay, maybe I shouldn't spoil too much, but he's not one of the main competitors, but he's also in the show. So like the music's also amazing. It's done by Kensuke Ushio, who's one of my favorite composers in all of anime. Where is he? Oh, he's right here. This guy, godlike. Like he's done Chainsaw Man, Devilman Crybaby, blah 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 blah, all these shows. His music is one of my favorite, and the producer is none other than Yuasa. Godlike. I mean, he has his bad shows too, but a lot of his shows is right up my alley. So yeah, Yuasa, amazing. So Ping Pong, great show. It's also super inspiring. So if you're like, just working hard in anything, you can take a lot out of this show. Or if you're like in anything competitive, or you're a competitor, I highly recommend Ping Pong the Animation. So Ping Pong, my number one, for sure, by far, I would say. I don't know if by far is fair, but it has not been surpassed so far. Okay, number two, previously I would have said Gurren Lagann for the longest time, but after this year, I now put Rainbow as my number two. I guess I'll explain more when I get to Gurren Lagann, but let's just talk about Rainbow. This is a banger show. You just gotta watch it. 26 episodes here. It's really dark, but also has strong brother like camaraderie themes, like brotherhood. So all these guys are in jail together, and they're like suffering, but they're trying to get out and make it to greener pastures and everything. So highly recommend this show. You get the strong bro vibes, And Aniki here, top tier character. Mario, Joe, Uncovered, Tsupon, the turtle guy, Soldier, and Cabbage. Oh, shout out to Cabbage, main man. But these characters are all really cool. And yeah, I highly recommend this show. The opening's a banger too by Cold Rain. We're not alone. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is like a not a super popular show. I guess it's kind of popular, but would recommend. It's a banger. Number 3, Gurren Lagann, I mentioned earlier. I think, I mean, it was one of the first anime I watched, so it has that nostalgia buff for sure. Shout out to the Triangle, by the way, Ethan and Saeed. But I recently watched the movies for this movie, or sorry, movies for this show. I never watched them before. The movies are like kind of like a retelling of the story, and basically after rewatching it as a as an adult, I felt like I could definitely see the flaws of the show. Or like there's always haters for every show, but like I could kind of see where they're coming from. So the show relies heavily on like the power of friendship, and they don't really explain some things. You just gotta believe in the power of friendship, basically, or like it's still a great show. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I love the power of friendship, which will be a theme in like some of the other shows that I'll mention here. But there's definitely some flaws here, but definitely still a top shelf, top tier show. Great action, like probably the definitive, in my opinion, mecha slash action show. It's done by Studio Trigger slash Gainax, so it's gonna have that over the top vibes. Whether you like it or not is your own thing, but I like it. Kamina, top tier character. Simone, top tier character. And then the show is just a blast, honestly. And when I watched it as a young adult, there was nothing better. This is just so good. So I have Gurren Lagann is my number 3. Number 4, I have Psycho Pass. Psycho Pass is also a similarly flawed show. The later seasons and the movies are definitely worse than the start, but the first season was so good that I gotta put it up here. The whole vibe, like the setting, is really cool. It's cyberpunk. You got like dominators, which are like guns that scan people's crime coefficient and only can eliminate people if they're like thinking like a criminal. Just a really cool concept. The characters are really cool. Kogami's a main man. Lots of main mans in this show. Shinya. Oh, is that his name? Shinya? Shoot, it's been too long. No, his name is Shinya Kogami. This guy's name is Ginoza. Okay, Ginoza is a main man. Tsunemori's cool too. This show also, I should mention, one of the best English dubs I've watched. The Japanese is also really good too, so you could go either way. Like the cast for Japanese is stacked, but IMO, this show goes really well with English because of the cyberpunk nature of it. It goes well. Like if you watch like you're watching it feels like you're watching like a CIA, like a crime drama. But yeah, this show is really good. The later seasons get worse. It becomes a little bit too philosophical for my taste. But like the first season, a banger, and the first movie was also really good too. The one where they meet Nicholas Wong, that one's really good. So I put Psycho Pass number 4. Oh man, I have a lot of shows to go through. I don't know, 30. I'll probably talk about them less and less. My Hero Academia I'll put number 5. Similar to Psycho Pass, it keeps getting worse and worse, but this is probably my favorite shonen in terms of hype, or in terms of everything. Actually, not everything, but in terms of hype, by far. The way the music blends with the hypes up the show, and then you got like things like English, like with like All Might and everything. This show is just like, this is just a banger, I've never gotten more chills from any other shonen than watching this show. Just like when something epic happens, like a double Detroit smash or stuff like that. Don't want to spoil too much, but basically, typical or peak shonen for me. It definitely has its flaws later on. Like honestly, I don't think it's that good, or the most recent seasons are that good, but I don't know, the whole continuity of it has so many good moments for me that I would still rate it pretty highly. Shout out to Owen, by the way, and Vermilion. All right, I have a list on the side here. That's what I'm reading off of. Is this right? Okay, I guess I put Kaguya-sama number 6. Where's Kaguya-sama? Okay, here, Kaguya-sama. This is a random season, but here we go. This used to not even be in my top 10, but the most recent series or the most recent seasons have lifted the show a lot for me. So, my previous number one comedy of all time in terms of anime was Psyche K, which I'll probably talk about later in this list. But Kaguya has overtaken it for me. I think I just like the characters in Kaguya more. That's just the main thing, basically. This guy right here. Wait. I just like the characters a lot, basically, is what I meant to say. I actually don't like Kaguya that much. She's okay. Fujiwara, hilarious. Ishigami, hilarious. Shirogane, hilarious. Like, these characters are just so funny. And then the narrator's godlike. And the music's really good, too. So, overall, this is just peak comedy for me. The romantic part is okay. I'm not really into that, but just super, super funny show. So, that's why I have it so highly. And then, number 7, coming to number 7, I have Odd Taxi. Here we go, Odd Taxi. This is probably the most recent show to enter my top 10. It came out in, 2021? So it's pretty recent, but this show is a banger. How do I explain it? It's just got really good vibes, but it's kind of like a mystery at the same time. Like, it gave me kind of like AI to Somnium style vibes, but everyone's an animal. Odd Taxi, the opening theme's really good. You just gotta watch it. I can't really explain it. You just gotta watch it. It's like a mystery. It's like suspenseful, and then the whole thing about them being animals is kind of unsettling. I don't know. You just gotta watch it. Odd Taxi, number 7. All right, number 8, Count of Monte Cristo. Gankutsuo. All right, this is a deep cut, but I highly recommend this show. Shout out to Vermilion for showing it to me in the original place. Shout out to Best Buy where I bought the DVD. I actually own this on DVD. Well, Best Buy doesn't sell DVDs anymore as of the filming of this video. This is just a retelling of The Count of Monte Cristo, but in anime form. And, it's just done really well. And this is another one where you gotta watch the English dub, because the main character, Albert de Morcerf, is voiced by the GOAT, Johnny Young Bosch. That's all I can say. So yeah, highly recommend this show. That was number 8. Okay, number 9, Attack on Titan. Okay, here we go. People gonna hate on the ending, but I like this entire thing. It was just okay. If you guys don't know, Attack on Titan was the very first anime I watched, not including kids shows like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. So my main man OTH Kosh, aka Josh, recommended me this show in high school, and that's what got me into anime. Because previously I was an anime hater. But then this show was like gory enough and epic enough that I started watching anime. So just for that, it has to be pretty high. But overall, the show is good. Like, there's going to be haters, but I thought it was good. Great action. Characters, pretty good, but not the best. But like, the whole concept of fighting titans is it's just super epic. And I like epic stuff. So, highly recommend this show. The power dynamics, everything. It's good. That's my number 9. Number 10. Alright, another deep cut. If you guys never heard of this is The Eccentric Family. Also, shout out to Vermilion for showing me this originally. It's not really a comedy. I guess it kind of is. It's like a drama between, this, very eccentric family, as the name implies. Everyone's like tanukis or tengus, shape-shifting, Japanese mythological creatures. It's all about their shenanigans. So, very, very chill show to vibe to. But there's this ongoing drama going on. There's 2 seasons. Highly recommend this show. It's a banger. I mean, banger might not be the right word, but I really like this show. So if you're looking for, what is the genres here? A comedy, drama, fantasy, award-winning show, just check out The Eccentric Family. It's not very popular. It's less popular than Rainbow, actually. Interesting. But yeah, this show's good. I recommend it. So that's rounding out our top 10. We're going to go into the rest of the list now. We'll try to go a little bit quicker. 11 is Golden Kamuy. Where's Golden Kamuy? Here we go. Golden Kamuy. So people who know me IRL will know that I really like the Japanese region of Hokkaido. And the reason being is all because of this show, Golden Kamuy. It is just it's really funny. Like the comedy is kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's pretty whack, but it's funny. The action is cool too. The art style is very unique. The characters are really weird but cool. Like my main man Shiraishi is funny. This guy's cool. Ogata's cool. This show also has a really good Japan or English dub, but I only watched the first like 2 seasons in dub, and then I switched to Japanese, and the Japanese was just as good. So watch it either way. It was because like they ran out of dubbed episodes on Crunchyroll or something, so I switched over. And Japanese is also good, but watch it either way. It's good. And this show, it's all about the Ainu, which is the native or like the indigenous people to the region of Hokkaido, and that run Russian region. Cut something, I forgot what it's called, but uh, really cool show. There's some food in it as well, and you get to learn about Hokkaido and the regions, and this like it's a period drama as well, because it's set in historical era of Japan. So yeah, highly recommend Golden Kamuy. Coming in number 12, we got Psyche K. So this show originally recommended to me by my main man B, but my a lot of my good friends also watched this show. This is previously the funniest show I ever watched. Although it's really close between this and Kaguya. I think this might be like per capita funnier than Kaguya, but Kaguya has more funnier characters, if that makes sense. But yeah, Psyche is just so funny. You just gotta watch it. It's just hilarious. It's like one of the funniest things I've ever watched. Characters are funny too, like Nendo, Kaido, Terahashi. This is a good show. So there we go. Psyche K number 12. Number 13, I have Vinland Saga. This is another B show recommended me to me by my man B. This one's an epic show set in Scandinavia. You got your guy Forthin. Just like it's just really good. It's an action show. I'm not a word guy, so I'm running out of words to use, but it's like an action show of him, growing up to be a Viking and everything, and then coming back down to Earth. It's just a really good show. It's like a coming of age story as well as Thorfinn grows up, because he starts out as a kid in the show, as you can see in this picture here. But yeah, it's great action, pretty brutal, as you can see, gore, but this is just overall a very good show, especially if you're interested in like Vikings and stuff like that. Coming in at number 14, I have Mushoku Tensei. This is probably the best isekai show, in my opinion. Did I rank any isekais above this one? I don't think so. Okay, the one bad thing I can say about this is it's pretty dirty, in the sense of like there's a lot of sexual themes, but like whatever, man. It's not like an ecchi, There's actually plot reasons for most of the sex scenes, but whatever, I mean, I hear that's one of the main complaints, so I wanted to address it, This show is just very well done, The characters are cool. It's very like atmospheric in the sense of like the world building is really great in terms of the fantasy world. The characters are cool. Shout out to my main man Ball Lightning. This is one of his favorite shows as well. Highly recommend it. You get to see the main character Rudy grow up. Rudius Grey Rat. Selfie best girl, by the way. But if you pick otherwise, I don't disrespect it unless... Actually, no, I won't say anymore. Highly recommend this show, Mushoku Tensei. Alright, coming in number 15. This one is another personal deep cut. Actually, it's pretty popular, so maybe not. But like, this is a very personal, biased pick. This is one of my first like 5 anime that I watched, I want to say. Sankyo no Terror, aka Terror in Resonance. The ending is whack. Say what you want about it. I still liked it. But I just really like the concept of the show. Being, the terrorism and everything. Not saying that I condone terrorism or anything, but I just liked it because the characters had their reasons. And then you got like, where is she? Lisa caught in a crossfire. It's a good show. And then one of the main reasons I liked it too was the music is really good. Shout out to Bora. What's her name on my channel? Electra. For one of the Secret Santas we did in college, she bought me the CD or the album of the soundtrack of this show. So very, very good. What was I gonna say? Yeah, just recommend it. Oh, by the way, I have a thing for Ferris wheels now. Not a thing, but I want to be on a cool Ferris wheel purely because of this show. There's a Ferris wheel scene in this show. Shout out to AI Somnium Files. I've still not recovered from this sickness that I've had, so I might cough here and there, and I'm losing my voice already. So that was number 15. Number 16, I have Spy X Family. What can I say about this, man? This show is very popular, so I'm sure a lot of you guys know about it. It's super funny, but it has good action scenes as well. But the part I like about it most is the comedy, because if you don't know, I like comedy shows a lot, as you guys saw from Kaguya and Psyche K. But Spy X Family, it's good. It blends comedy and action pretty well. The characters are cool too. Your Forger, voiced by the goddess Saori Hayami, very, very good. Very good character. Lloyd Forger's cool too. Anya, probably the most hilarious character ever. Wholesome as well. And yeah, just don't. Frankie's a cool character too. Very, very funny show. Recommended. So that's Spy X Family. Coming in number 17. Okay, this is a controversial pick here, but I am going to put Arknights the anime in my top 20. This is a very biased pick here. It's literally just an adaptation of the Arknights. So if you don't know, Arknights is a mobile game, and this is just an anime adaptation of the story of the mobile game. But just seeing all of my favorite characters in anime form is just cool. So that's why I like it a lot. And honestly, I think the show is pretty good, because I always felt like, this is my personal opinion, but I always felt like the Arknights story holds up to like other stories, in terms of other medium. Like a lot of gacha games, they get flagged for having shallow stories, but I always thought the Arknight story was pretty deep, dark. The meme is you have to read a lot if you want to play Arknights. And yeah, and just like the characters are cool too. So I put Arknights at number 17. Coming at number 18, this is actually another recent show. I have Blue Lock. Probably my favorite sports anime that's not ping pong. This is kind of a biased pick as well, because a lot of the enjoyment of this show is the memes of just like me talking about this show with my friends. Shout out to Rolento, B-Fan, and B. We have, all the memes talking about like the Sekai Ishi no Striker, but holy moly, this is still a good show, honestly. Being an egoist, and one of the episodes had one of the best English scenes ever, when they played with Mbappe at home and all the other regional, superstars. But yeah, this is basically a show about soccer, if you don't know, but everyone's just egoist. They're like trying to be the best, and their teamwork is horrible. But that was what make this show pretty hype. So yeah, Blue Lock coming in, and for a sports anime, I forgot to mention this when I talked about ping pong, but sports anime typically gets a bad rap because it's yaoi bait. Blue Lock, it has a few yaoi bait scenes, but not nearly as much as a lot of the other shows, sports shows that I've seen. So I'll give it that. And then ping pong has no yaoi bait, so that's why ping pong is a masterpiece. I'm not a yaoi hater, by the way. I've watched BL before, but I just don't want it in my sports anime, All right. Here we go. Number 19. It's not. Oh, what is the Japanese name? No, erased. It's Erased. Yeah, so I'll try to talk about it while I look for it here. Basically, Erased is set in Hokkaido, or part of it's set in Hokkaido, so that's a plus already. Basically, there's some time traveling shenanigans and stuff like that, and it's just a really, really well done show. Like the music's good, the animation's good. The atmosphere is good. There's like a mystery going on. It's called Boku Dake ga Inai Machi. It's just a well done show. People are gonna hate on the ending, but I liked it. I liked the entire experience of it. it was very dramatic at points, and suspenseful. So I would recommend Erased. It's great too because it's only 12 episodes. So a lot of times when I recommend people to starting out to anime, I recommend this show because Ping Pong is more of an acquired taste, because the art style is definitely unique. But Erased, pretty good normie show. That's not like a what's it called, mainstream show. So I like this show, and I think it's a great standalone short show. So that was number 19. Number 20, in a similar vein to Erased, I have Usagi Drop. Okay, I'm only rating the anime because I'm an anime only person. I've heard from people that the manga is trash, but watching the show is just super wholesome. So if you want a chill, wholesome vibe, I recommend Usagi Drop, aka Bunny Drop. It's just a dynamic between father and daughter, Very, very wholesome. So if you need that sugar injected into your veins, watch Usagi Drop. Also, it's only 11 episodes, and so it's short, to the point, sweet. Also, if you guys don't know, if it's 11 episodes, it's very likely to be a Noitamina show. I forgot to mention, but like previous shows I had on this list that are Noitamina: Ping Pong, Psycho-Pass, this show, Erased, I think was Noitamina as well. I forget, but whatever it is, I like Noitamina, which is animation spelled backwards. It's not an animation studio or anything. It's literally just a TV block. So, for example, like Toonami or something like that. But a lot of the shows at Noitamina I like. So that's another thing going for Usagi Drop. That was number 20. Only 10 more to go, guys. I'm out of breath. Holy moly. Steins Gate. Okay, people gonna hate on me that I don't have this higher. But I thought the first half of Steins Gate was so boring. So, like, rating it holistically, I don't know, man. Like, the ending and, like, the lighter half was so good. And Steins Gate Zero was good, too. I'll include that as well, because I consider that the entire series. But the first half of Steins Gate was just so boring. But so many good memes for the show. It's really well done. The music is amazing, too. The opening is great. Shout out to Hacking to the Gate. The characters are cool, too. They all have their own arcs, so you really, really get to see the insights for all the characters. So they're very well developed. Kurisu is a top tier waifu for many, not for me though. Like, I'm not a hater, but I just don't. She's not like number one or anything for me, right? But basically, Steins Gate, very, very well told story, time traveling, IBN, all this kind of stuff. Would recommend Steins Gate, but just letting you know, you gotta sit through some really boring slice of life at the beginning. Like, I recommended the show to my brother, and he couldn't finish it because he couldn't get past the beginning. So it's definitely not a beginner-friendly show. But I can't deny that the later half of Steins Gate is just really good. So would recommend Steins Gate. Coming in at number 22, Code Geass. I guess we'll click on this one. This is like the movie, right? Or something? What is this? Whatever. Code Geass. So out of the mech animes, I have Gurren Lagann significantly higher than Code Geass, but I think Code Geass is good as well. Okay, by the way, if you watch the show, I respect you if you watch it in Japanese, but I think the definitive way to enjoy the show is in English dub. Because Lelouch Lamperouche is voiced... Oh my god, what is this? So many spoilers. Is voiced by the GOAT, Johnny Young Bosch. And he just elevates the show. But basically, Code Geass, it's just like a mech show. But the main character is really strong, and the characters in here are very racist. There's like a war going on between the 11s and like, I forget what else. It's been a while. But yeah, would recommend the show. It's a classic for a reason. So, and before I end the note, the opening song, Flow by Rivers or whatever, is it? Which one is it? Is it Flow by World End by Flow? Colors by Flow, I thought it was called. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong... This is not season 1, but Colors by Flow, aka Jibun Wo, one of the best anime openings of all time. That's Code Geass. Coming in at number 23. This one, I would have it higher if it just stopped at season 1. High Score Girl. Season 1 was amazing. Like 10 out of 10. Actually, no, I gave it a 9 out of 10, but very, very good. Season 2, not as good. But overall, as an experience, I liked it. English dub for this show is really good too. I watched it in Japanese, but I watched a few scenes in English. The English dub's also really good. So if you like dubs, I would check it out because yeah, Ono's voiced by Christine Cabanos, top tier, and what was he's voiced by someone really good too. Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch as Haruo. So actually, I might rewatch season 1 in English just to experience it again. But yeah, it's about kids playing fighting games. So already pretty banger. They play Street Fighter, and there's some romance going on, of course, but like, it's just really good. I don't know how to explain it. The art style is a little bit like it's a acquired taste. Some would say. I want to say it's done by CGI, but I'm not sure for sure. But really cool story about kids playing video games. So, and I'm a gamer, so that's also why this show gets a plus from me. But I would recommend it. High Score Girl. And if you want, you can just watch season 1. You don't have to watch season 2. Well, I'm saying season 2 is horrible, but it's just not as good as season 1, in my opinion. There's a good amount of humor in this show too, which is pretty funny. And it's funny, what the heck? Guile's one of the characters here. Shout out to Guile. A family man, real family man. Alright, coming to number 24. Oh no, it's not Shokugeki. I remember the Japanese name. Shokugeki no Soma. Okay, say what you want about this show. It's super ecchi, but like, it cannot be denied that the food portion of the show is really good. Alright, I'm a foodie. You're on my YouTube, you already know. So, when B-Fan first introduced me to this show way back in, I remember he told me about the show before it came out, so it was like 2014, 2015. He was like, "Oh, there's a upcoming show. You should check it out. It's called Food Wars." I watched it, really good. They're cooking, and every time they cook, every time they taste the food, their clothes fly off. But it's just in general like, okay. Towards the end, it gets worse. It kind of follows a formula of a sports anime, where they're constantly entering competitions, so it gets dry after a while. But just seeing this delicious food being cooked and being introduced to different forms of cuisine, like I learned about gyudons and donburis and stuff from this show. I learned about omurices. Like, I wasn't super into Japanese food back then. Back then, all I knew was sushi and ramen. But like, honestly, this show educated me a lot as well in that regard. Aldini is my main man, the Italian guy. Yeah, would recommend Food Wars. Not for kids though. Definitely, it's ecchi, but would recommend. Otherwise. All right, coming in number 25, I have Mob Psycho 100. This show is like, if you don't know, it's made by the same guy who did what's it called, One Punch Man. So the art style might seem similar. It's like a very well done shonen anime, battle shonen, but the main character is so compelling because he's kind of like, he's super shy, and but then like all these other characters are like pretty cool too. Like Reagan, he's like a main man type. Ritsu, the younger brother, is a main man as well. I don't know. Very good show. Not the best shonen I've watched, like I mentioned a few of the other ones earlier, but this is a very, very solid action shonen, battle shonen show. And it doesn't follow the cookie cutter formula of some of the other ones, I would say. Shout out to Parker House. I originally watched season 1 of this show with Lustavo. What was Daniel's name? God dang, what was Daniel's name on my channel? Daniel and Estebanio, aka Steven. I think Owen watched it with us too. Nuo skipped out on Sakamoto, but I'm pretty sure he watched this with us. Dang, it was Daniel's name on my channel. This is bothering me. Onvars. Yeah, shout out to Daniel. All right, Mob Psycho number 100. Good show. We're reaching the end here. I'm gonna put. What the heck is this show called? Okay, we'll do Tatami. Here we go. So I'm including. This is kind of cheating. Well, actually no. I define my list. So I'm including Tatami Galaxy, Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Time Machine Blues all in one show. So this is Tatami Galaxy. This is another Yuasa show, who I mentioned earlier. It's like probably his second best work in my opinion. It goes Ping Pong, then Tatami Galaxy for me. It's another like you gotta watch it show. It's super quirky. The art style is super quirky as well, but I like it. I like these character designs. It's about this guy in college trying to live a rose-tinted campus life. There's like romance, but there's like some supernatural elements to it as well, like the guy with the gourd. This guy, Johnny. Shout out to Johnny. And this guy, I think he's straight up a yokai. I forget, but yeah, there's some sexual tones to this. It's just like a coming of age, like a college era show. So it is what it is, but would highly recommend Tatami Galaxy, Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Time Machine Blues. This one's probably the best, the movie. But would recommend. And the music is really good too. That's a plus. Shouts out to Tatami Galaxy's ending song. Okay. Number 27. The heck? Okay, I need to know the Japanese name. Neko. It doesn't have Neko in its name? Seriously? Okay, but the show I want to talk about is My Roommate is a Cat. Here we go. This is it, I think. Yeah. Probably my favorite slice of life show, and I don't even like cats. But basically, this show is about the guy living with his cat, and it's just super wholesome. Actually, no. Usagi Drop outclasses this, but super wholesome, chill slice of life show. If you want to just chill out, just like you had a long day at work or something, or you want to watch something while eating and you just want to chill out, would recommend My Roommate is a Cat. This probably would be even higher if you like cats, but it's just super wholesome and chill, so I would recommend it. My Roommate is a Cat. Shout out to B-Fan for recommending this show. I would have never watched it otherwise. This might be, I don't know. This ranking might be inflated, but I'm gonna include it here for now. Okay, here we go. What is next here? Link Click is number 28. Here we go. Link Click is just a very, very well done. This is actually a Chinese anime, but it's a very, very well done anime about time traveling and like changing the past and future and whatever, or just like getting insight on the past. It's very, very well done, honestly. The music's good. Anime and openings are very, very good. Characters are well designed and interesting, and it's very, very. I don't have too many feelsy shows in this list, but this is definitely a feelsy show. Like, you can get emotional watching this show for sure. So, would recommend Link Click. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm not really one for super emotional shows. So, like, I think, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it. Whatever, I'll say it. Clannad After Story is overrated, but and stuff like Madoka Magica and stuff. But it is what it is. But this show has a lot of action to back up. A lot of action, so it's not just about the emotional parts, and it's also really interesting. So would recommend Link Click. Shout out to Joseph, aka Azuro. And number 29, I have Devilman Crybaby. This is another Yuasa show. This one was pretty mainstream actually, because on Netflix, its popularity is pretty high. But this is a Yuasa show. So, and he partnered with Kensuke Ushio again. So, the music is phenomenal. My main man here. It's really, really dark, and very, very explicit because it's on Netflix. So there's a lot of, they went ham on this show. But so it's very gory, it's very sexual, but it is a wild ride. So I would recommend Devilman Crybaby. And coming in at number 30, my last show on this list is going to be Cyberpunk Edge Runners, another Netflix show. So it's going to be another show that is very explicit, but this one is just a banger. This is not as popular as Devilman Crybaby. Maybe not, but this one's by Trigger, which is another one of my favorite studios. Or like, I like Noitama, I like Trigger, I like Yuasa, Science Saru. Trigger is one of them. This is one of the best Trigger shows in my opinion. It's based on Cyberpunk, which I've never played before, but like I said before, Psychopaths, I really, really, really dig the Cyberpunk aesthetic. So that's why I really like this show. This is one of the few shows where I recommend watching it in Japanese instead of English, because I tried the English dub, but it was hard because, I mean, no offense to what's his name, Zach Aguilar, aka Ota. He I don't know, man. The way they talk is just really weird in English, I think. I don't know if they talk like that in the game as well, but it's hard to understand them. So, but overall, this is a very good show, banger, great action, very, very gory. Shout out to Golden Guardians Gory. But, it's epic. It's got action. It's got a few emotional scenes as well. Great soundtrack. And overall, banger, over the top, Trigger. It's a feast for the eyes as well. Trigger really went all out here. You get to see all of their cool, designs and, visual effects and things like that. So would recommend Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And that rounds out my top 30 list here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want to see my full list here, I put it in a spreadsheet here. Okay, this is my mouse score. I just ranked it here. I just put it here for reference, but here's my top 30 that I talked about here. And then here are all the ones that I was considering but didn't put in my top 30. Wodakoi, good show. Banana Fish, good show. Made in Abyss, season 2 was actually really bad. Not bad, but I really didn't like it. So that's why I couldn't put it up there. Poco's Udon World is actually a good show. It's like Usagi Drop, but worse. But I couldn't put it in my top 30. Great Pretender, good IRL references. Your Lie in April, fell off. King's Ranking, very good, but need more. Fune wo Amu, very, very good, but not amazing. Luluko, meme show, but very good. Meme show, but if you like Trigger, it's good. Dr. Stone, very good, but not amazing. JoJo's, I didn't want to put it because I haven't finished it. I want to finish it all before I pass judgment. This show fell off. I liked it when I first watched it, but it doesn't hold up in my opinion. Grand Blue, very funny, but not as funny as Psyche K, Demon Slayer is good, but I think it's overrated. Megalobox season 2 is horrible. Promised Neverland season 2 is horrible. Alright, that's my list. Thanks for watching, guys. This video is hella scuffed. Oh my god, I tried to be short, but it's already 40 minutes. We're done here.
Like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, leave a comment, especially if you think all this is bullshit. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. This video is sponsored by
11 Arts. 11 Arts.
Build a Beautiful.
By the way, we're not in the car.
Bide your time and hold out hope.